fight lust. Do not fight it, bro. Right? In the Bible, that is the only sin where it tells us to flee from it. Right? And there's a reason why. Right? Because of the fact that it is the desire that all human beings have. Right? It's the desire to, procreate. Right? And that's completely normal. That's completely, fine. Right? But too much of it can really kill not only your identity, but your relationship with God. See, if you want to get closer to God, then that means you stop watching those videos that you have in your phone that are tempting you to do something. You know what I'm saying? That means stop putting women over God. That means stop putting men over God for the women out there, right? See, people don't understand that when you commit the act of lust, right, you start to feel disgusted within yourself, right? You start to feel like as if you're worthless, that you don't deserve anything, that you committed something so heinous, right? And you have to understand that that is conviction, right? That is the spirit within you that is literally telling you that you need to stop. Listen to the spirit that God has given you, right? Because it's going to convict you a lot, bro, right? When you're constantly, wasting your seed, right? You have to understand that is your life force. That is literally your energy, right? That is your creativity, right? The more that you abstain from lust, right? The more creative you become as an individual, the more creative you become as a human being, bro, right? And people don't really understand this, right? They wonder why, they feel tired when they get up in the morning. They wonder why they don't have the drive to do many things, right? They wonder why they feel drained. They wonder why they don't feel interested in many things in life, right? They wonder why, they're dealing with, mental battles. They're dealing with depression. They're dealing with anxiety, right? Schizophrenia, right? Hearing voices, right? All of that is literally attacks from the enemy, right? And so the more that you let lust take control of you, the more you become comfortable with it, right? You become comfortable with smoking weed, right? Smoking cigars and vaping and cigarettes, right? You get comfortable with that habit, right? The more you get comfortable with drinking, right? It all starts from your lustful desires. If you cannot control your lustful desires, you cannot control anything of this world when it comes to your identity, right? If you cannot control watching certain videos, if you cannot control, speaking to multiple women or multiple men, right? If you can't control that, you cannot control whatever you want to control within your life. That is the one main thing you have to control first. Control your lustful desires, bro. The only way that you can control that is by getting closer to God and allowing God to take control of your life. Allow him to take control of your life, bro. Right? Just let it go. Do not fight it. Right? Because the more that you fight the urge, the more that is going to be on your mind. And the more it's on your mind, right, the harder it is to let go. Right? The harder it is to get closer to God, because it's constantly on your mind, right? Do not focus on the sin itself. Focus on Jesus Christ. Focus on appreciating Christ. Focus on appreciating the things that he's done for us and allowing us to take in the Holy Spirit, right? And to spread the word, right? And to bring others closer to him, right? Appreciate the Son of God, right? Appreciate the things that he has done for you, right? The fact that God is so merciful. The fact that, we're still able to live another day, right? We're still able to connect with each other through the Holy Spirit, right? Honor him, honor the Son of God, honor God, right? If you really want to be free from the lust, if you really want to be free from any type of sin that you're struggling with, you have to honor God, bro, right? I don't know how many times I got to repeat myself. You know what I mean? But please, please, bro, just honor God, right? And this is a topic that I know a lot of people are starting to hear nowadays, but this is a sign, bro. You know what I mean? If you're constantly hearing it throughout your life to, stop watching certain videos, to flee from lust, and that is your spirit telling you that you need to stop, right? That is your spirit telling you that in order for you to be your higher self, your highest self, right? In order for you to be the highest form of your identity, right? You have to flee from lust. You have to flee from it, right? If you want to be a businessman, right? If you want to have some type of control over your life or feel like you have it, right? Then you have to control your desires. You have to control your emotions, right? You cannot constantly be submitting to lust, right? Lust is just not a sin, right? It is also a demonic spirit that possesses people. What does a demon do in movies, right? It possesses a person and then it moves on to its next victim. What do you do when you talk to multiple women, right? You have sex with this one and then you move on to your next victim. Vice versa. You have sex with this man, then you move on to the next one. It's the same thing. It's a demonic spirit, bro. And people don't want to believe that, but eventually it's going to come to light regardless, right? Regardless of what I say, eventually it is going to come to light because God reveals everything in due time, right? Maybe not on your timing, but on his timing, right? He's going to reveal it through your eyes. The fact that lust is a demonic spirit roaming across the world, affecting many people, right? Creating children out of wedlock, right? You know what I'm saying? Abortion, unplanned, pregnancies and stuff like that, right? Pregnancy before marriage, all of these things, right, that are not aligned with God, they all come with consequences, bro, right? One way or another, they all come in consequences. Whether it's, finding out that, you don't really love your husband or your wife, or finding out that, your child is being disobedient, right? All of these problems that are within your life, all because of the fact that you couldn't control your lust. Control your lust, bro, right? Because the more that you let lust control you, the more you're just going to be a slave to it. And the more that you are a slave to lust, the more that you are a slave to everything else in life. Whether it is gluttony, whether it's eating fast food constantly, right? Whether it's not being able to control your emotions, destroying things around you, right? Being prideful within yourself, trying to believe that you are better than God, right? If you cannot control lust, then you cannot control these other desires that you have as a human being. With that being said, I'm gone. Peace.